Alrighty guys, welcome back to online class. I hope you guys are all staying healthy and safe. So today we're actually going to continue talking about Pythagorean theorem word problems. This is actually going to be a review assignment because you will most likely be having a small quiz on this due on Friday. Okay? So we are going to be having a review assignment. This one, I will do one example with you, and I'm going to let you guys do two on your own, okay? So by this point, we should be pretty familiar with Pythagorean's theorem, okay? But let's go ahead, before we get started on anything, let's write down what our Pythagorean theorem is. So I'm going to go ahead, underline Pythagorean theorem, draw an arrow up here, and write down our actual formula. Okay, we know that Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay? Awesome. Okay, number one, let's get right into it. So we are reading these word problems, and we are going to have to use Pythagorean's theorem to solve them. Okay, number one, you are standing 12 feet away from the bottom of a mailbox. So I'm going to underline that because that sounds important. You're standing, so it's actually you as a person, so I'm going to draw our picture as I'm reading it. So you are standing 12 feet away from the bottom of a mailbox. I'm not too perfect at drawing mailboxes, but there we go. Okay, we know that we are standing 12 feet away from it, so I'm going to go ahead and label that really quick. So we have 12 feet. Okay, the mailbox is 5 feet tall. Okay, so I know that from here to here, that's 5 feet, or as tall as I am. Okay, how far from the top of the mailbox to where you are standing? Okay, so we want from the top of the mailbox, about right there, to where we are standing, right there. Okay, so that is the distance that we are actually trying to solve. How far? Whenever you see the question, I would underline it because that's the question that you need to answer. Okay, and sorry I didn't underline the other part. The mailbox is 5 feet tall. Okay, and then this is the question we are trying to answer. How far from the top of the mailbox, right here, are we standing from the ground? X. Okay, so we know our Pythagorean's theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We know our c side is always across from our right angle. Okay, so this is our right angle in this triangle. So we know across from that, I'm going to go ahead and label C. C is always across from right angle. And in fact, I'll write it again. C is always across from your right angle. Perfect. Okay, so we know that side C, 5 can be A or B, 12 can be A or B, but I'm just going to go ahead and label 5 as A, 12 as B. Okay, so our problem is all set up. We turned a word problem into a picture, and now we are actually going to solve for that triangle. So I'm going to go ahead and label these guys. So my A squared, I know A is 5, so I have 5 squared. Okay, plus B squared, B is 12, so 12 squared, equals C. C is X, okay, so equals X squared. Okay, so now I can go ahead and start solving for this. We know what 5 squared is. 5 times 5, we don't even need to use a calculator for that. We know 5 times 5 is 25, okay, plus 12 squared, or 12 times 12, 144. Equals X, we don't know, so that has to stay X squared. Okay, perfect. Oh, this is so awesome, guys. There's nothing that we need to move over from the X. Notice all of our numbers, really, our constants are on this side. So we can go ahead and add 25 plus 144 and do it in a calculator. We are going to get 169. 25 plus 144, 169 equals, same thing, X squared. Perfect. We are almost there. We have almost solved for X. Okay, if you remember from your last assignment, the opposite of square is what? And I'll write it again. opposite of square, meaning this little 2 right here, x squared, is square root. Just like the opposite of addition is subtraction, the opposite of division is multiplication, the opposite of square is square root. So in order to get this x by itself, we have to do the opposite. We have to square root both sides. Okay, so those cancel out. We get x is all by itself. Okay, and what is 169 squared? This we can put in a calculator. Second, we have a little square root symbol right there, 169. Okay, and we know it's 13 because 13 times 13, or 13 squared, is 169. So we get x equals 13. But 13 what? What is our context? What is our units? Okay, from the top of the mailbox, we are standing 13 feet away. So we know that that is 13 feet, 13 feet. X equals 13 feet. Okay, awesome, you guys. Okay, so you are going to be required to do numbers 2 and 3. Okay, on each one of these guys, you should have a right triangle drawn. Okay, it should create a right triangle. All you need to figure out is where the information goes. Okay, read from your story problem. Where does the information go? Okay, again on number 3, you should be able to draw a right triangle from the information. You just need to decide where is the information. Where does it go on my right triangle? Okay, go ahead and draw your pictures. Solve for x. This is a review. Okay, so your quiz, just like if I were in class physically with you guys, your quiz will be exactly like your review. Okay, I have given you guys the answers to all of your assignments. This means that the most important thing for you guys to show is your work, not the correct answers. So I need to see your work on this. Okay, but other than that, we are done for today. This assignment is due on April 15th. Okay, that means your quiz will be quote unquote next time or next class. That will be Friday, April 17th. Okay, you guys are awesome. Stay safe, stay healthy. Miss you guys.